Happy Halloween. It is October 31st. I just want to get a quick documentation of what I've got here. This is basically before I start redoing and removing deck boards and posts. I just wanted to kind of get a good scope of work here on what it is that I'm dealing with. This is where they ripped the board, which, you know, there's nothing to attach to because it's no solid piece anymore. This was after I asked him about starting the deck board here. You know, he's the contractor, he's the guy that does decks, he's the guy that does this for a living. You kind of expect that they're going to know what they're doing, you know, but I also know how to read a tape measure, and I've also dealt with a lot of inspections, home remodeling, flipping houses over the years, gutting properties, redoing it, hands-on. I'm not somebody that is just, you know, has no knowledge of construction and doesn't know how to read a tape measure, doesn't know how to read a level, and doesn't know what level, plumb, and flush means. So I originally questioned this deck board because he had about I don't know, probably 7 deck boards down, and you can kind of see where he was starting, and he started right here next to this post, which this needs to be notched around. So in order to fit right and be a consistent flow of deck boards, you're going to have to notch around a 4-inch post. So he explained that you start here because it ends at the house and the last board is cut and you don't see it, which none of the boards were cut originally. This is a 12 by 12 deck. It's a pretty consistent pattern. You know, if there's one on the end that needs to be cut and it's up against the house, it makes sense to me. You have an even flow. Well, his response was that you wouldn't see any cut boards. So when I see this, I'm immediately surprised. And because there's nothing to attach to on the underside, they had to sister up everything underneath, so there's something to attach to. So anyways, moving on, that's one thing. This post on the corner is not level. I thought I was going to be able to keep it because, you know, it's a corner post, used as a starting point for the measurement for the next post, except that it's not even close. It needs to be removed and adjusted so it's level. I mean, it's not a lot little level, it's a lot unlevel. So anyways, I have to remove that. This one is not on center. I'll just go ahead and measure it from the outside edge. Excuse me. Outside to outside, 71. And okay, well, the next one outside, gosh, it's windy. I do not like heights. Is 67. So this post here is not centered. It was just easier for him to put it there because he didn't want to have to notch the board to make it on center. So that's why he did that, but that's not right. That needs to be removed. This one I can keep. It's slightly off, but it's pretty close. I just need to tighten it up a little bit on the bottom there, and that will pull this in just a little bit, and then it'll be level. But this is what he did install. The other side he didn't get that far because I came out while they were screwing this down. He was here screwing this down. His partner was down underneath the deck, installing the boards so they could sister up next to the post and have something to attach to on the other side. So Brian was installing this board when I came out and borrowed his tape measure and told him that those boards, that the posts were not right. His immediate response when I said these posts aren't right, because you can visually see it without you even getting a tape measure. I mean, you don't even have to put a tape measure on it, and you can see that they're not even. So when you put a tape measure on it, you can see how far off they are. Well, the reason he put this post here is because this deck board that he ripped all the way across. So instead of having a full deck board, I've got a 4-inch board that he put here for this post that is off. It doesn't even belong here. So this post is actually 3.5 inches from the house. And the reason that he did that was because there's a joist hanger, and the joist hanger interferes with the post being able to slide over. So rather than notch it or make it work, he put the post 3.5 inches from the house, which doesn't look right. I mean, who wants that? I mean, I got to move that post. But anyways, that's the starting point. And then, oh, gosh, it's windy. This one's 71, or just 70 and 3/4. So 70 and 3/4 from the outside edge to the outside edge. 70 and 3/4. And then to this post, ooh, outside edge to the outside edge is 64. And this is the one that's not level. 65, 64 and 3/4, 64 and 7/8, depending on, because this one's not level. So anyways, 65, we'll call it 65. So clearly this post does not even need to be here. It needs to be centered between that post over there, which isn't supposed to be there. It needs to be closer to the house to be aesthetically correct. So that post needs to be moved. This post needs to be moved. This board needs to be taken out. And this affects the measurements of all of this. So if I start at this end, or try to complete it this way and see if it fits, I can keep this to this, and then notch around this. Well, actually this won't even be here, it'll be over here. Notch around this post and then continue my boards, but this is not gonna that's not gonna match. So all of these are gonna have to be removed and replaced. And this needs to be taken out, notched around that post, and then completed. So all of this needs to be taken up and redone. I might be able to salvage this right here, and then wherever the post is, I'll have to notch and then finish. So basically I have to redo almost all of this, because this all need to be removed. This I can keep, just adjust it. It just needs tightened. This needs to be removed. There needs to be a post installed here, and this post here needs to be removed. He installed this post on the outside, which this is only 31 inches. Which, you know, it's not square either. I don't even have to put a level on it to see that. So anyways, this post needs to be removed. But, you know, that's what he did. So you've got 30 inches to walk around, and, you know, there's a lot to redo here. So anyways, I wanted to get a quick measurement on everything and a good visual, because I've made multiple attempts to contact him. for the first day after. He completely ignored me until it was very apparent that he was ignoring me, and I left him a voicemail calling him out on ignoring me. And then he did respond to the text, and basically because he's made it clear he's making no efforts to come back and fix this. I've given him opportunity. I've told him this can all be fixed, you know, you just need to come back and fix it. And he does not want to come back and fix it. He thinks it's okay to just cash my check, because he left, as soon as he left here, he went immediately to cash the check. So no intentions of coming back and making anything right, but he took $1,200 of my money, paid in full for this deck to be finished. The materials were here. All he had to do was finish the deck. And then the wood for the rails, the pickets, or, you know, whatever the railing, which was 1x4s that was included in that $1,200, and one post. So, and that was to support the deck underneath the stairs. So anyways, that was the deal, and this is what I got. So, not very professional. That's being nice. Not right by any means. Not right. Ethically, it's wrong. He's left me with a mess, a lot that I need to redo, and he's left me with a safety hazard. I'm living here with 2 kids and 2 dogs, and they're old enough to take instruction, and I told them don't go out on the back deck and don't let the dogs out through the deck in the morning. You're gonna have to walk them downstairs and open up the back slider to let them out, because we do not have a deck right now. So I've kind of got a safety hazard that I'm dealing with here. I've got a good day of weather today. How many more days we're gonna have like this? We might have a couple few, but I need to get somebody over here to help me get this done, because this is not okay, and I can't keep it like this. I've got to have somebody out here to help me get this done and get this fixed right. So I'm going to start taking this thing apart. I'm going to start taking that off. Start there, which, you know, in order to do that, you got to take that board out too. So it's going to be fun, but I'm going to start taking this thing apart, getting this stuff fixed, getting it closer to getting it right. I've got a guy coming today to look at it and hopefully help me get this thing fixed, because at this point, time is of the essence. So that's what I'm dealing with. This is the work of Brian Imes with Staunch Properties. Not only does he do this kind of work, he will take your money and disappear.